Thank you, witnesses, for sharing your perspectives with us. Ms. Malischewski, I'm having a hard time. You said that you want public service employees to feel that I can go there. Based on the testimony we have heard, which frankly left me appalled, that at this point, black employees do not have any trust or confidence in the CHRC. And in fact, some of the witnesses have called for it to be demolished. You've talked about, the regret you feel. You say you apologize on behalf of the Commission. You fully accept the findings of the Treasury Board. But I want to ask you about not the victims, but about those who victimize. They are in your midst. They are in your midst. And I want to know what consequences have they experienced as a result of this finding of individual and systemic discrimination. Are they still in your employment? Have they left? Have they been shuffled sideways? What accountability measures have you taken? And please don't hide again behind the legal confidentiality here. At least tell me what process has been put in place to hold them accountable.
Perhaps I could begin, and thank you for that question, Senator. I want to assure you, and I want to assure the Senate, all senators, that when we determined that there was misconduct in our organization, we dealt with it, and we dealt with it immediately when it happened. And I can assure you that everyone was held accountable for any misconduct that happened in our organization. We did not wait. We took it very seriously.
Okay. What range of actions? Demotion, a note in their personnel files, a sideways shuffle, dismissal? What range of actions? I know you can't talk about individual cases. I appreciate that. But give me a sense of the range of tools that you deployed.
So, if I may, I think some of these are exactly the questions I had when I came into this role to try to understand, because we know this is systemic, but we also know that specific individuals engaged in misconduct. And so what I can say is that I take some comfort in knowing that none of those individuals are currently managing people at the Commission. That is very significant and important for us, because if we are going to have a workplace that is safe for all, it is very important that people be able to go to their managers and trust that they will be heard and respected. And so for us, that is a form of accountability that is very important and I think needs to be highlighted.
So if they were managing people before and they're not managing people now, can we make a conclusion that they've either been demoted or sideways shuffled?
I think it would be fair to say they are no longer in the same positions they were before.
Okay. Do I have time for a quick one? So I've heard you talk a lot about a whole of institution approach, embracing the whole organization. We've heard a lot about your plans, your processes, your policies, consultation. But frankly, in my opinion, process is used often by not just your institution, but by others to obfuscate progress, real progress. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you put yourself?
I think that's a very hard question. The Treasury Board decision certainly is a difficult one. The testimony we've heard, I don't know that we can put ourselves, give ourselves a good mark at this point. I certainly wouldn't be doing that. But what I think is very important is that when you say, procedures and policies can obfuscate progress, what is very important for us is that we have consistency across the organization from a top level down, that this is being not just messaged, but that there are concrete measures where we are looking to identify where do the barriers exist for our Black and racialized employees, what is actually happening in their experiences in the workplace, and how can we support them, whether that's through training or, acting opportunities. Those are very concrete things. They may seem like, human resources policies, and they may seem somewhat abstract, but those are the things that provide our employees with the support they need, the career advancement opportunities they need, and it's the way that we address this as a systemic problem, because we know that this goes far beyond, particular individual bad behavior. We know that systemic anti-racism is ingrained in our institutions, and so we need to look at the very foundation of those institutions to bring about the change that is required so that this Human Rights Commission lives up to the potential that it has, that it's the workplace the employees deserve and Canadians expect of us.